Don Diesel 24/7. Getting the fancy.
And after the last couple seasons, it's nice to get back to the more normal way of doing things, isn't it, Smitty?
It is, Kevin. We saw the playoff bubble, the reduction in games, more back-to-backs. Shows you how much can be taken for granted.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. The forwards for them are a pair of Blue Devils, Ingram and Williamson. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. And they'll keep possession. And no good that time. Great D that time from Vucevic. MP right side. Beyond the arc. And it's Ingram with the rebound. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A sense of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And so they foul intentionally. And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get a shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Led the league in percentage from the line a few years ago. C.J. McCollum dialed in.
That bucket in no time at all.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The Pelicans have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pass to Daniels. Back to McCollum from past the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. McCollum's got 5.
I love the response from McCollum. Outstanding at coming right back at you with a triple.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Willie Green gave me a few minutes to talk with him. He wants to win his second game of the season against this team, and the key, he said, is about limiting drives and penetrations. He added, we can't allow them to play to their strengths, finishing around the rim. So it's important for us to own the paint. We'll see who wins that battle, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And here is MP, following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Ingram outside. Here is Daniels, guarded by Levine. Here's McCollum, and that one is good. 10 points for him.
C.J. McCollum is so crafty at finding ways to capitalize inside. What a play.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
And here's MP for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
And that is a huge call. That is not who they wanted to see headed to the bench with the outcome still in question.
It's all tied in Chicago. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
51. The Pelicans, 51. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Bulls Youth Dance Team.
that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away.
Do you want to be featured on 2KTV? Share your best plays on social media using the hashtag 2KTVWOW. I'll be back to help you choose the top assist next week, so keep sharing that ball. They're wide open in the corner, so make the pass. I'll see ya.
Some surprise teams that started out hot have not cooled down. Their fans are wondering if this is the new normal.
Well, B.A., it's easy for fans to jump to that conclusion. But look, the bottom line is you can't look too far ahead. You got to stay in the moment and enjoy the ride. I wish I had done more of that when I was playing.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Barnes are the forwards. Then there's Gary Trent. Then there's Precious Achiuwa. And it's Banton in at the one spot.
And guys, so many great players coming out of Canada. The Raptors have converted a nation, not just watching basketball, but to playing it as well.
And Grant, you think back to those early Raptors jerseys with the big dinosaur. They admit it was aimed at the kids.
Yeah, of course. I mean, rather than win over the older hockey fans, they went after the younger generation. And now they're all grown up and packing the seats. Defensively, you have to stay connected to them on the perimeter.
Pass to Banton. Here's Anunoby. Now Barnes. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. MP outside. From outside the arc. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Here's Banton. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Now here's Barnes. 15 in his last outing. Shoots. That one's wide left.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
A deep 3 from MP. The long-distance 3 is buried. MP's got 9 points.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
Trent outside. Puts it up.
I love the effort there defensively. LaVine with all the physical tools and now the awareness catching up.
From deep, MP. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
4th team foul.
And that's an intentional foul.
Number 14. 4th personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Toronto.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Bulls have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. And here's MP from outside, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they've played together as a unit over this last stretch.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
And the three-pointer goes.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's a tough walk back to the showers. I'm pretty sure he'd like to have a couple of those plays back.
So it's Chicago cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, the Bulls shooting around 53%, a nice number. In it forward, it's DeRozan and Williams. Ayo Dosunmu out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and
Here's your chance to rewrite NBA history. Grab some friends and take a trip through the My NBA eras.
To start, select My NBA eras from the main menu. Open My NBA and start a new save. Choose the era you want to begin your My NBA mode in.
All right, Richard, we're right in the middle of the season, right in the thick of things. What is your main concern if you're a player playing at this particular portion of the schedule?
Your main concern is staying focused on the game of basketball. We understand everybody's been traded. I've been traded. You've been traded. I've been traded on the deadline before. So your goal is like, how do I just keep focused on basketball? That is the hardest thing. So that's always the trade deadline. You're not worried about anything else other than how do I keep playing my best.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. The defensive pair in the post, Mobley and Allen. Darius Garland is out there with the Okoro. And it's Nwaba in at the small forward position. Here's Garland. He's a player that you can only hope to slow down as he averages nearly 28 points a game. The three from MP. Another three for Chicago.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
It's been a slow start here for Cleveland. 6-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
And you could tell it was demoralizing for their opponent, missing out on all those extra possessions.
Misses the three.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And there's one area where the Cavs have been very good the past few seasons. That's the draft. They've made some terrific picks in terms of personnel.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. You're right, GA, they have, and the draft's been essential to the rebuild effort in Cleveland.
And they've been so smart about it. You look at the guys they brought in, Mobley, Garland, Sexton, they nailed just about every one of their selections.
Passes it to Okoro. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Allen. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. And here's Garland for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three. Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Number 14. Third personal foul. 4th team foul.
And that's an intentional foul.
And Garland, a finalist for Most Improved Player of the Year in 2022, took a huge leap forward with his play.
For Garland, he put in the work, and it all came together for him, GA.
And his shooting reached a tipping point. Was given the keys as a playmaker, and this is a great situation for him. And boy, he's made the most of it.
The three from MP. And the Bulls, another three.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
The Cavaliers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The continued evolution of Garland has been fun to watch. Every aspect of his game continues to grow and get stronger and more confident.
All free throws good from Garland.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
There's the triple. And that will fall. A three-pointer on the line from MP. MP's got 17. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
Thanks, Kevin. I asked him which part of their offensive scheme they feel confident in, and he said, no surprise, outside shooting. He told me our guys can flat out kill it from deep. So we're going to try to get that dialed up early on. We'll see, Kevin. To you.
Thank you, David. You know, hard to create spacing without the threes. A nice shot by Mobley.
And you can't let Mobley roam free on the offensive glass. This is how you get burned.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bulls. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, and in that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
They were hustling to get in front of every play they could, always getting a hand in the shooter's face.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Kyle Kuzma comes in for David Nwaba. Karis LeVert's checked in for Isaac Okoro. And so it's Chicago, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific three-point shooting display. We'll return shortly. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is... And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan.
You'll need an administrator to establish the degree of customization desired and all of the available options for teams in the league. Now, it's worth mentioning that the administrator will have a lot of control and responsibilities, but don't worry, you can also set co-administrators as well to help with the workload.
There are 5 presets available to quickly start your MyNBA experience. Standard, simple, role-playing, online.
And we're in for a fast-paced game today, it seems. These teams like to get out on the break and run as much as possible, Grant.
Hey, B.A., get your popcorn. There'll be a lot of speed out there, almost a track meet. Believe that. Yeah, you see each side has a great deal of speed. Both teams will be looking to play to their strength and get easy buckets in transition.
And now Indiana's starting group. Smith outside. Clock at 6. Covered by MP, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And that's exactly how you attack length. I love how he doesn't lack assertiveness.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Drills it from deep.
And that's what they want to do. Hit him open looks early.
Pass to Mathurin. And here's Smith. Now here's Drummond. Here's Mathurin. Outside for Irving. Back to Drummond. Second chance shot. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
First personal. Drummond simply able to take on the tough defense and finish through contact because of his brute strength.
One shot.
One shot.
And that one falls for Drummond. And Chicago has possession. The Pacers beat them last time when these two met at Indianapolis.
This time around, they're looking for better execution offensively. They have to avoid mistakes.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. A lot of questionable poor decisions by them with the ball. When that happens, you can get blasted.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's Matherin. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And piling up the points at the line. He was in attack mode all night.
The Bulls making a switch here. Ball's checked in.
Checking into the game.
Chicago trailing here. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. Knocks it loose.